Thank you, Jeremy. There is so much love in the room today. And that is such a special piece that he and I know and share with one another. Linda and I wanted to share in this reading enough to stimulate you all to seek out the Power Sunday, Leveraging Our Collective by Senior Minister at the Community Church of New York and board chair. I have the full sermon, and I will share it with anyone who can't find it online. But let us share a piece together today. As much as we'd like to say we have been a democracy since 1776, or maybe from the ratification of the Constitution in 1788, we've mostly been a democracy in process until the full realization of our potential with the passing of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. With the codification and inclusion at the ballot box, the United States of America became worthy of the admiration of democracies, both realized and struggling around the world. Our system of government stands on a strong foundation of law, had the full support of our nation's people and our institutions, creating what we thought was an unbreakable network, ensuring equal access to our founding promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But as we approach the 60th anniversary of this peak movement, most Americans are aware that our democracy is on a downward slide. President Joe Biden warned us that just a few weeks ago that democracy is at risk, that the threat of our institutions and our Constitution is serious, noting extremism and increasingly disturbing threats of violence to our leaders. Of course, we don't need scholars or even our president to tell us what we can see and hear for ourselves. Strong, healthy democracies require what we call a civil society. Civil societies consist of all the volunteer organizations where people gather anonymously and autonomously from the state. These groups might have some state support, funding, or interaction, but they're independent of the state controls and have their own agendas and goals. They are concerned with public ends, but they aren't seeking state power. They exist for many reasons, but one is to influence law, culture, and the way we live together. They are parts of a larger piece of community living, valuing pluralism, inclusion, and a wide range of life experiences and thought. Power Sunday comes from UU's for Social Justice, or UUSJ, which was founded originally by a circle of UU churches in the Washington, D.C. area who wanted to leverage their geographical location to influence the federal conversation. About 2 years ago, UUSJ broke out of that model and opened to UUs around the country to become our collective voice, not just those positioned so closely to DC power centers. UUSJ is a small organization with no full-time staff, but with the help of their executive director, have had an outsized influence on federal policy conversations. This worship service is designed to get the word out about both our UU potential as a faith community through the work of UUSJ in these national discussions, and to hold up one of our institutions, also part of the civil society, in need of support in these fragile days of our democracy. In future years, Power Sunday will advocate so as UUs can leverage our collective power. Scholars might tell us that the American democracy is deconsolidating, but it is far from collapse. Even though significant challenges, the system is holding. With the kickoff of Power Sunday, UU congregations can step into our moral authority in partnership with each other and our liberal religious members of civil societies to hold strong against the tide of authoritarianism. Though our collection with the UUSJ in the building of collective power on the Hill, and as a partner with other denominations also holding back the waters of authoritarianism, Unitarian Universalism plays a key role in keeping our democracy strong. Churches around the country will be raising their share of consciousness, holding up our collective place in the democratic fabric of our nation, tuning our collective voice and reminding Unitarian Universalists that we are necessary, that we are not alone, and that in this fragile moment of American history, we are powerful. Thank you.